come and get your mat and come and lie down on the floor for me, that would be great. Now I actually have a towel here, and the towel is actually, although sort of quite a simple, straightforward, easy piece of kit, it's also a really good piece of kit to have when you do any of the Pilates exercises, because they're actually all focus on posture and being tall. So you might need to have a towel so that you can pop it under your head. So just come and get down on the floor any way you want, or maybe just watch the exercise first and then you'll be able to get and do it. So we start off by lying on our back, and you pop a towel if you want that under your head, and what that does is it just raises your head up so that you're not when you're lying flat on the floor, then your ribs aren't flaring up towards the ceiling too much. So you want to sort of feel like you're in a nice sort of natural position. Try not to have the back flat into the mat or arched up off the floor too much, just sort of in a nice as I say, natural position. Hands start off down by your side, and then we take the legs and we bring them in towards the chest, and then I let them float out to here. So this is the 100 position that you're in, and you can bring the head and shoulders up, you can pump the arms, and this is where you do it. And it's called the 100 because you breathe in for a count of 5 and you breathe out for a count of 5, and you do usually do that with the pump of the arms. So you'd sniff in for 5 and then blow out for 5, and you would do that for 100, which is why it's called 100. And then just to finish off, you hug the legs into the chest. Okay, so just to break that down then, so when you're lying on the floor, it's really important to be able to keep your body nice and long and straight. So when you pick the feet up, we're looking for very little or no rock in the hips and in the pelvis. So the way I teach this is you first of all, you lift up your heel here off the floor, so that reduces the amount of weight you pick up off the floor initially. And then when you breathe out, halfway through the out breath, so that you've then got a nice stable core, is you lift the foot up into tabletop. So this leg position is called tabletop because the shin is like a tabletop. So we're here in this position. So you'd start off with one leg lifted, and then you'd bring that down, and then you'd lift the second leg. So again, lift the heel and then bringing that foot up into tabletop. So the first level, I suppose, would be here, lifting up one leg at a time, just bringing that leg up. So breathe in, you lift the heel, you start your out breath, halfway through the out breath, lifting that foot. So with the weight of the leg coming up, the body wants to rock and move around, so it's really important to try and keep it as stable as possible. So you're here. So with the leg, then if you want to take it up to the next level, you would start to pump the arms, maybe lift the head and look towards the knees, so that you've got that increase in connection along the body. So you'd hold that up for 50 counts and then pop the foot down, and then lift the second foot up into tabletop and go for 50 counts. So that would be the next level. And then from there, you could then lift up 2 legs, but when you lift 2 legs, I always personally teach it's 1 foot at a time, because if you lift 2 legs up and you're new to doing Pilates, your spine, your back will probably arch because of the weight of both legs, and that can cause you more back problems than you need. So you lift the heel, and as you breathe out, you lift the foot. So then you would breathe in again to lift the second heel, and again lifting that second foot up. So you've got both feet up here. So that actually would be your second level. So you're lying here and you could pump the arms if you wanted to. So that would be the next level. So then from there, you could keep this. So you've got your legs into the second level. And then from there, you might want to lift the head and shoulders for the third level. So this would be more of an advanced level. And then from there, you would end up doing it for 100 counts. And again, personally, I time that because when I go around teaching, I'm usually talking as well. So I usually just time a minute so that everybody gets a good amount of time, because sometimes people's breath and counts are quicker than others and some are slower. Okay, so taking the feet back down onto the floor again. So the way we bring the legs up, you breathe in to prepare, so you lift the heel. As you breathe out, feel that core connection. Halfway through that out breath, see if you can float that foot up. So if you've got everything quite nice and stable, then that's good. If you find that your tummy pops up or your back moves forward, it just means the weight of the leg is a bit much. So you breathe in to prepare. You breathe out. You lift that leg. So to lift the second leg, you breathe in to prepare. As you exhale, lifting the second foot. So we're here in the classic Pilates 100 position. So from here you can pump your arms, you can lift the head and shoulders and look towards the knees. So I'm taking the tension out of my shoulders and putting that all into my core. So then pumping with the arms, so you do. Bring the knees in towards the chest, lie down and just rock the knees around in a circle and then back round the other way. And there we have it, the 100. So this exercise can be done with legs extended, one leg at a time, with the hands behind the back, with the hands behind the head, and it can be added to or taken away from so that it can just increase the exercise's intensity. So there we are. We have the 100. So I hope that was helpful.